Okay, guys, this is my image on my desktop. I'm going to unlock it because this is Cricut Design Space because I need it to be a 6x9 to be able to print it. So I'm going to click Make It. For sublimation, you need to mirror your image. So I'm selecting Mirror. And then I'm going to select Continue. Then I'm going to select Print, Send to Printer. But I'm actually going to send this to my OneNote desktop, which will be available in that drop-down box by the printer. And so OneNote desktop, the bleed does not matter because I'm not printing from here. So I'm hitting print. And so when I go to the bottom, my OneNote desktop just lit up and there's my image. And I am going to right-click this image and select copy. See, it's in my OneNote just showing you. So we're going to copy it. And then here I am at my Inkscape, deleting my other image. And then I'm going to select paste it. I'm going to right click it and paste it. So this is going to be 8 inches wide. That's my 20-ounce tumbler. I'm going to give it a little bit more space. That way I'll have more to work with and not be short. So the length is going to be 9.2, and I'm going to make this a little bit longer. And I love this, the guide on this Inkscape. It helps me to get a precise measurement. That box is what will print. So File, Print. And we're going to go to Preferences. I got it on 2720. Preferences, we want it on high. Then I like the print preview, and I deselect the high speed. And then I'm going to hit Custom, Advanced, and bring my brightness to 5. And then I'm going to hit OK. And then Print. So this is what it's going to print. That's my print preview, and that looks good. So I am going to select Print. So now it's going to print out on my Epson 2720. It's coming through. It's printing really nicely too. Look at that, guys. And so I'm going to shave off the sides with my paper cutter. I love my paper cutter because it gives me sharp lines. My scissors, I'm just no good. My lines will be all crooked, so I love my paper cutter. You could line it up and it'll be even, so I'm just cutting the edges off. That way I'll just have the design. And I take the lid off my tumbler. This is a 20-ounce Sublimation Tumbler. I had to take something else off. Alrighty. Let's get that out the way. I guess I don't know what I did here, guys, but it's all good. And let's make sure the image is right side up. If you look at my TikTok, you'll see something that I did. And I had to fix it. And so you want it to be as close to the seam as possible. Like I'll overlap mine a little bit. And then I'm going to tape it up with my heat-resistant tape. And I had to get that dispenser because I didn't have it and it was like a mess. But I love my dispenser. So check that out, guys. You see it says A-Sub. But I did something wrong and I had to go back and reprint it. And I reprinted it on a different paper, which is why I have the Walla-Sub paper and the A-Sub paper in my intro. And we're gonna I put the shrink wrap on. It's open on both sides, and I use my heat gun. And now I'm putting the heat resistant bands, and I use my heat gun on the shrink wrap because when I was putting it in the oven, it kind of was like sticking to my grate, so I stopped doing it. I just used the heat gun. But I use my cell phone. So with this image, because it's a little light, I usually do my images for 5 minutes and I turn it every minute. But for this one, I turned it 1.5 minutes. And I went to 6.5 minutes and it didn't burn, as you can see. And so this baby is hot, so I have on my heat resistant gloves. And I am unwrapping it. And so if you see the lines now, that's the Walla Sub paper. I had to switch it. If you check out my TikTok, you'll see what I did, why I had to do it over actually. But that comes with crafting. We make mistakes, we fix them. So I'm using one of my weeding tools to take off the tape because it's so hot. And we are gonna unwrap this baby and show you how it came out. The tumbler cooled down, so I was able to take off my heat resistant gloves and get this unwrapped for you. And voila, look at that, guys.
I was there when I needed someone who wasn't getting over you.